Good morning. I'm puffed out already. Walking up an incredibly steep hill. I kind of knew that was going to be the case anyway, so I'm not surprised, and I keep sort of saying to myself, you know, a bit of exercise never hurt no one. Oh dear. So today we're in West Sussex and we're doing something that I've wanted to cover on my channel for a long time, and that is of the very famous West Sussex Devil's Jumps, which are a collection of barrows, bell barrows to be precise. I'm really excited because actually this is, to my shame, the first time I've actually visited this place, and I can guarantee and safely say there is nowhere close to park at all. So if you come here, or if you've never been here before, more importantly, be prepared for a very long walk. But I assure you, in fact I'm extremely confident in saying that when we get there, you're gonna love it. So stay with me and let's keep going. Enjoy your history lesson. Come on. Situated in West Sussex, high on the South Downs, lies a place of beauty and incredible folklore, that of the Devil's Jumps. Dated to around 3,000 to 4,000 years old, the Devil's Jumps are 5 Bronze Age bell barrows, although there may have been a possible 6th one, as well as 2 smaller barrows that from ground level are harder to spot. It was noted that these are the best preserved Bronze Age barrow group in all of Sussex, and it's not surprising when you see them up close. Interestingly noted was that during the 19th century, excavations found only a few bones in just 2 of the mounds, with seemingly nothing else in the rest. Maybe, in my opinion, the likelihood of possible cremations taking place here as well. Even more of interest is the main line of 5 barrows is aligned with sunset on Midsummer Day, giving this more potential cultural and spiritual significance. Sadly, as you will see, treasure hunters have been prime candidates for some damage on the site. With decades of interest, it's no surprise, even with the great condition they're in, to imagine them in their former glory. So, as to the name of the Devil's Jumps, well, this is rooted solely in folklore, when one day the devil saw the 5 barrows and started to jump from one to the next in order to amuse himself. This enraged 4, who threw a stone at the devil, causing him to flee, making it a great tale to tell any traveller to the site. All in all, for me, this is one of the most impressive Bronze Age sites I've been to, more due to the fact that, in my opinion, the energy that radiates from this has been some of the strongest I've experienced, maybe because they are still relatively less visited than more common sites. So for me, this is without question a place you should visit, should you be in the area. Well, welcome back. We're still on our way there. It's a bit of a long and windy hill, this, but we're not too far away now, which gives me the perfect opportunity to talk to you really about when you walk around here. It's all part of the West Dean estate, and they can be a little bit protective around here for, you know, sort of semi-good reason, really. And I think it's worth pointing out that we've got the Devil's Jumps here, not too far away, in fact probably a stone's throw away. We've got the Devil's Humps as well. We've also got, which we've done in the previous video, Bevis Farm Lawn Barrow, which was the longest lawn barrow in Sussex. So At one point in time, actually for quite a significant point in time, this whole area would have been really active, really significant on the agricultural landscape, more importantly, which it still sort of is. But back then, our ancestors carving out our sort of traditions, our birth of agriculture, etc., etc. I mean, I could go on and probably talk even more in depth about stuff like that, but really, I think today, for a change, maybe, we should just enjoy it, because as some of you know, I can get quite geeky with this period of time. So I said it's a shame that I've not been here before, but I am now, so I'm not going to complain. So come on, we're almost there. Oh wow, what I blah blah blah. I mean, how have I really held on to not coming here for so long is when I come here and I'm like, oh my god, these Bronze Age barrows are just beautiful. I mean, they're really beautiful. 3, 4, so I'm just counting, there should be 5 main ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think there's a little tumuli somewhere. Hard to tell, it's been worn away quite a lot, I would assume. There or round there, I think. Very difficult. But look at this. Oh wow. So obviously today's a boots on the ground explore, because actually this would actually suit well for a drone. So, but you know, for me and my channel, we're going to explore it as if you were exploring it. And I love all of that. I'm trying to figure out where this little tumuli is. The other one, I'm assuming there's a depression there. I would assume that that might be it, or over there. Either way, look at this. I mean, we've got to go up, haven't we? Got to go up and see what the devil was jumping over. Obviously in our folklore. It's actually meant to be getting brighter. And sorry if the wind's going to start coming out. I didn't bring a wind muff with me today. Oh wow, look at this. It doesn't feel like West Sussex to me. It feels like, when I'm looking over at that view, it feels very familiar to like Scotland or Wales, because you've got this forest on our left, and I mean, it definitely doesn't feel like Kent. That's for sure. And obviously for West Sussex, wow, what an incredible experience this is. The energy it's giving off is, as I said to you all before, you know, oh, we're going to walk down. I'm spiritual in a way that I believe in nature and earth and grounding, and I think with our ancient ancestors especially Bronze Age, Neolithic, for example, they really had a grasp of death and just this whole concept of what life truly meant. It was about the sum of everything, not just individual parts, you know, looking to the sky, looking to the fact of, sorry, there's a ditch depression that comes out. Actually, I was going to say it comes out quite clearly, but actually you can see it there as well. Where was I? Yeah, the fact that, you know, it was so much more than just, you know, what we now take for granted. You know, in their day it was about survival, it was about eating, it was about trading, it was about living for the moment. I'm going to walk across all of them. Everyone, I'm gonna do it. I'm sorry if the camera work's going to come out slightly shoddy, or if the wind's going to start blowing about. Oh my god, look at that view. Sorry for my heavy breathing as well. The old boy's knackered. Oh, sorry about that wind. Look at that. I can safely say I am just in my element right now. It's a shame about the information board that was there, really, because I feel that if you're a visitor here, you'd really want to sort of get a good idea of this place via the information boards that are here. But then obviously I say that, but then really, you know, just saying, if you've watched this, you've got your history lesson from it, and you've watched me talking about all of it, that'll be enough for you, ain't it? What you can do is, you can watch this first, and then you can head up here. I'll let you off on that one. Oh dear, wow. I didn't expect the outer ditches, or the actual ditch itself, to actually be as prominent, but it really is way more than I expected it to be. It's just so nice here. Like I said, the Devil's Humps aren't too far away, but yeah, beautiful Bell Barrows, stunning. We've done a lot of tumuli on our channel, Phoenix history, and like I said before, it is a significant passion of mine, the Bronze Age and Neolithic. And oh, this is something else. I love how the central one, for whatever reason, unless that could have been done with the excavations from memory, I can't remember, there's a big old crater there. Interestingly, right in the centre of this, Wiltshire has some similar stuff as well, just in case some of you know. It's just actually funny enough, I never recorded it, near Marlborough, near Silbury Hill, almost Kennet. They got some beautiful barrows there as well. Never actually had I think I might have to return there anyway, just because I love it all around there in Avebury. Obviously I can't get enough of that area, as I probably mentioned before, Wiltshire. Look at this, we're in the central one now. Well, we've got to keep going, haven't we? Right, on to number 4. Wow, look at that. Even though you can hear the wind and you can hear the cows, it's actually really quiet and tranquil. And you just imagine our ancient ancestors building these as a symbol. I mean, we're so high up. You can imagine at one point them standing out and could probably be seen for miles. The irony is that now the estate has put sheep and cows in here, and ironically, our ancient ancestors probably would have been doing the same. It's stunning. I mean, I don't know, it's rare when I'm this speechless about a place, but I think it's because I've always had it on my bucket list to do. I'm ashamed because it isn't too far away from me. You know, it's West Sussex, we're sort of near Chichester, sort of near Midhurst as well. But I've never actually ever, I mean, I've been so distracted by other sites that, you know, when you see something as good as this, you kind of take it for granted, because you kind of like, well, this isn't going to go anywhere, is it? You know what I mean? And it's different, like if you do like urban exploring or something like that, you're very aware that some of those places are going to be sort of destroyed. So you would probably prioritise those more over English heritage sites or sites like this. And yet, I think in my downfall of saying this as a conclusion, I think probably that's really been my weakness on this. And yet, ironically, when I'm here, it's probably one of the best things I've seen in a long time. You know, it's you know, it almost completely like just takes over any other sort of place that I've been to in a while, and I really mean that. And you know, it's just proof of, I mean, I love history, and I love certain types of history more than others, or I know more about certain types more than others, and when you just come here, you're just spoiled. Look at this. Oh wow. So this is the South Downs, everybody. I've done so many videos on the South Downs, it's untrue. King of the South Downs. Doing World War II history and everything else. And we're not finished with the South Downs either. And I think you're going to understand why if you stay tuned on my channel and you watch more videos on this area. There's so much history left that I need to discover on this channel with the South Downs. It's ridiculous. But here's our fifth and final bell barrow of the Devil's Jumps. And I'd say to you, could you imagine a devil jumping from one to another? But, you know, each to their own, isn't it? But there is a huge spiritual energy. And what you've also probably noticed is actually we've probably done it in a really good way, where we've started it the one where it's actually the biggest gap between the four. So you've almost got this one secondly on its own. And then dotted about, there's two other little barrows as well. As you could probably tell that they're sort of fairly, well, I was struggling to try and find them properly, if I'm being honest. There we go, look at this. The noise of the cows as they're eating the grass. I mean, this is what these types of sites bring you, don't they? You know, when you go to an abandoned building, for example, or a bunker, that's literally all you get. When you come to a barrow site, or you come to a castle, or similar sort of really properly outdoors types of historical locations, not only do you get these barrows, but you just get these views, you get the animals, wildlife, nature out in full abundance. Oh look, they're going to start rubbing each other, look, oh dear, oh dear. See? You wouldn't get that in an abandoned asylum, would you? You'd probably get something a bit worse than that. Oh, wow. Come on, everybody, you got to agree with me. Stuff like this. This is the reason why I love the history of these places. It's not hard to understand why they've built them here. Just spectacular. Right, so I think the final thing to do, or one of the final things to do, is to walk alongside them, to really ingratiate ourselves in just how special these look, how impactful they look on the landscape. We'll go see the sheep as well whilst we're here. We're going to run a mile. Look, they've got little lammies. Little lammies. There you go. Hello. Hello. It's alright, walk alongside. Hello. Hello. See? Don't get this ordinarily, do you? Our Bronze Age ancestors. I mean, that's the other thing we've got to always say about this. A lot of our stuff that we find from our history on these sites is still a mystery. There's so many questions that we still left have unanswered. So when you do visit a place like this, you know, a lot of it could be argued as speculation. What do we know about what they've left behind, or what we could archaeologically find? But it doesn't mean that there wasn't other things going on. And the importance and the special nature that these sites really do bring us. I'm absolutely stunned. The moment you see the sign, you come around the first corner, my whole body just completely absorbs this like energy of like this place, and it is just my spiritual yearning that calls out to me. My ancestral past clearly is tied in and linked in with this sort of early stage of our history. And I know some people would think I'm a bit weird for saying that, but I think really we're all connected to these types of sites in one way or another. And it just proves the fact, you know, that later on in life they get called the Devil's Jumps. Folklore takes over it. You know, new traditions take place, new sort of myths associated with these because of our lack of understanding. So we create these stories to help with our understanding of them, no matter how fanciful they really are. And to some of you, I've said this before, and I won't stop saying it when I'm in a place like this. To some of you, this might be extremely boring, just seeing like these mounds. But I can guarantee you, when you're here and you know about the history of them, they're not just mounds anymore. They really are our ancient ancestors' burial sites. Well, as is that with Phoenix history, I end where I started, on the very first bell barrow that we walked along on our way across the Devil's Jumps, the place where our ancient ancestors' superstition, folklore, death, life, everything here combines. One incredible place. Will not forget this one in a hurry, guarantee it. Look at this. Oh, spoiled. Well, in any more words of Phoenix history, thank you so much for coming along with me. Really hope you enjoyed this. I encourage you wholeheartedly to get your butts down here if you can. You won't forget it in a hurry. Stay safe. Feel free to spread the word of the channel. Most love to all of you out there. See y'all very soon. Kapow.